from here in Canfilm City, KFOR headquarters, the Joint Logistics Support Group, the Headquarters Support Group. All units are augmented and supported by logistical units, as well as helicopter and medical assets. During the last 12 months, KFOR remained ready to proactively act as third responder in Kosovo, with the Kosovo Police and EU legs. KFOR remains focused on its mandate to maintain a safe and secure environment and freedom of movement under United Nations Security Council Resolution 1244, and will always support this mandate. Since October 2021, KFOR 26 has contributed to many major developments in Kosovo. KFOR troops have provided security and support both for ongoing projects and several initiatives organised to get KFOR closer to the people. But above all, KFOR is proud of its reputation as one of the most trusted international organisations in Kosovo. Under the authority of the United Nations, NATO has been leading this peace support operation in Kosovo since the 12th of June 1999, in support of wider international efforts to build peace and stability in the area. KFOR's mission is to contribute to a secure environment and to ensure public safety and order, support the international humanitarian effort and civil presence, and support the development of a stable, democratic, multi-ethnic and peaceful Kosovo. The first commander of KFOR in 1999 was the British General Mike Jackson. Since then, KFOR has been under the command of generals from Germany, Spain, Norway, France, and from 2013 to 2021, Italy. In 2021, Hungary had the honour of leading KFOR. Today's ceremony will involve the change of command of the Kosovo force from Major General Ferenc Koyari to Major General Angelo Michele Vespuccia, the incoming commander. Before the official ceremony begins, the commander of the Headquarters Support Group will hand over command to the Deputy Commander of KFOR, Brigadier General Luca Piperni, who will be today's parade commander. You are kindly requested not to walk at the parade square in order that the ceremony may begin as scheduled. Atlantic Treaty Organization and the mission flags will now be marched on parade. Honours will be rendered to the flags. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to stand. Brigadier General Luca Piperni, Deputy Commander of KFOR, will now take his position as Parade Commander. The change of command ceremony today is presided over by Admiral Stuart B. Munch, Commander of Allied Joint Force Command Naples. The parade in front of you consists of platoons from the following units. From left to right, the flag parties with the NATO flag in the middle, escorted by the Greek Honour Guard. On its right side, Command 26 flag with the Command Sergeant Major of Command 26, and Command 27 flag escorted by the Command Sergeant Major, Command 27 on the left side. Headquarters Support Group, Joint Logistics Support Group, Regional Command East, Regional Command West, KFOR Tactical Reserve Battalion, Intelligence, Surveillance and Reconnaissance Battalion, and the Multinational Specialised Unit. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy Commander of KFOR, Brigadier General Luca Liberni, will now render honours to the official party. Commander of the Allied Joint Force Command Naples, Admiral Munch, who accompanied by Major General Ferenc Koyari and Major General Angelo Michele Destuccia, will review the formation on the parade. You are invited to remain standing.
Sir, parade ready for inspection.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hungarian and Italian national anthems will now be played. You are invited to remain standing. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. On parade today, we have three flags of central importance. The NATO flag, which represents the NATO alliance. The second flag represents the 26th mandate of the NATO mission and carries the signature motto for this particular mission: duty, reliability, commitment. For the past year of command, the intention was that KFOR and its troops would be perceived as a single unity, as one partner to the population and institutions in Kosovo, and that every action planned, ordered and taken was committed to one purpose: to provide this area and its inhabitants a safe and secure environment. The third flag, which remains covered, will be unfurled in the course of the ceremony. It represents the 27th mandate of the NATO mission. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of KFOR, Major General KosovaPress, will now address you.
Admiral, Your Excellencies, Generals, Ambassadors, honored guests, soldiers of KFOR, ladies and gentlemen. It is hard to believe that it has been more than a year since the Commander of Joint Force Command Naples handed over the KFOR flag to me. That single act officially started the 26th command period of KFOR under Hungarian command. In the beginning, I stated that I will aim to build on what the previous commanders of KFOR have achieved. Continuity, honoring past achievements was and is key towards success. I am amazed on how quickly this time has passed and how much we have achieved. With that in mind, I think I can safely say that my job as commander of KFOR could never have been as successful if it weren't for the outstanding and selfless service of the KFOR staff and the subordinated units. I had tremendous support from the regional commands, both East and West. The cooperation between them and the headquarters was and still is outstanding. The directly subordinated KFOR Tactical Reserve Battalion and the multinational specialized unit were always ready and able to perform their tasks. I was very glad to have their support, and I thank them for their service. KFOR's eyes and ears, the Intelligence, Surveillance and Reconnaissance Battalion, always had a special place for me, being from the intelligence field myself as well. I was very proud to see them prosper, and they were able to make timely decisions based on their reports. The Joint Logistics Support Group was always on point to support any decision the Command Group has made, and they were an invaluable asset to provide one of the most important aspects, the freedom of movement. Last but not least, each and every person in the KFOR headquarters made it their personal mission to have us succeed. Blessed with such devoted professional soldiers was an honor and a privilege for me. I wanted to make sure that I thank them all for the service, because without them, the 26th command period would not have been as successful. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the higher headquarters, the commander of the Joint Force Command Naples, Admiral Stuart D. Munch, for the clear and straight guidance and the exceptional leadership. Admiral, sir, thank you for your support. Locally, the relationship with the institutions in Kosovo was very well handled. The partners were always ready to meet and cooperate on a short notice too, which was often needed. The international actors and my fellow heads of missions, as well as the ambassadors, provided tremendous support, and I believe that the cooperation and the information sharing was key during the more challenging period. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you all for your continued friendship and support. As for my command group, Brigadier General Günther Schöpf and then Brigadier General Luca Piperni as deputy commanders, and Brigadier General John Meyer and Brigadier General John Vozicevic as Chief of Staff served under my command. It was very hard to me to write these lines because words cannot convey the feeling I bore. Luca, the first time we met in the Alps last year, we were strangers. We were introduced, but at that time, I could never have thought how much support I would get from you, or how much I would be able to trust you. You and your team made Italy proud. I thank you all for your service, for your availability, and for your friendship. It is safe to say that lifelong bonds have been created during this year, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you every now and again. John, boss, you have a great amount of pressure on your shoulders now. As General Meyer before you, you must be the conduit, the continuity between the command periods. I trust that you will support the incoming commander of KFOR as much as General Meyer supported me, and all will be fine. Thank you and your team for the service and the support throughout. Although KFOR is a military deployment, it often has the characteristics of a diplomatic mission. With a myriad of key leader engagements, I often found myself in the diplomatic labyrinth. Thankfully, I had Minister Gyula Somogyi with me as Chief Political Advisor, who had a reliable map to navigate this maze. I thank you and your team, Gyula, for the continuous and unrelenting support. My Command Sergeant Majors, Tamás, who did everything a Command Sergeant Major can, and then some more. Always on point, always rolling with initiative, never stopping. I'm glad to see that you are here now and you are able to take part in the change of command in person. Upon the grave accident that befell you, the mantle was placed on the shoulders of First Sergeant Peng. Ferry, you have been a steadfast supporter of the entire command office from the first day of the command period. You took the extra duty of the Command Sergeant Major without question, and you were nothing short of excellent in maintaining both positions with honor and humility. I could never ask for a perfect Command Sergeant Major, and here in KFOR, I was gifted with two. I thank you both for being the shining example for the enlisted and for supporting me throughout the year. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank the support of my lovely wife, Veronica, who has graciously borrowed me to NATO and to Kosovo for a year. As I don't want to take forever with this speech, I just want to add this. being in command here in KFOR was the greatest achievement and challenge I ever had throughout my professional career. I can safely say that I learned a lot, and that all the experiences shaped both me and my staff in ways we cannot even see yet. I would like to end the same way I started last year: duty, reliability, commitment. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for your attention.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the President, Vjosa Osmani, will now address us.
Dear Prime Minister Kurti, Prime Minister of the Republic of Kosovo, dear Ministers Specla and Aliu, dear Minister Guerini, Deputy Minister Varga, dear Admiral Munch, Admiral Dragone, General Sandor, General Kayari, General Ristuccia, honorable guests, dear soldiers, Excellencies, ambassadors. It is a great pleasure to be here with all of you today, and to have the opportunity to express our very best wishes to the outgoing KFOR Commander, Major General Kajari, and to welcome the incoming Commander, Major General Ristuccia. As you all know, the NATO Kosovo Force has a special place in the hearts and minds of the citizens of the Republic of Kosovo, which is why our institutions also like to formally recognize this contribution, this incredible contribution at all times. KFOR has been present in Kosovo since June 1999, and with this presence, it brought peace and stability, and more importantly, hope for a brighter future for us all. Thousands of soldiers from NATO countries and partners have contributed to, and continue to contribute to freedom of movement, safety, security, and most of all, peace, for 23 years and counting. It is very likely that in the collective, around or perhaps even over 100,000 soldiers have served in Kosovo within this period, from contributing member states as well as partner states. As President of the Republic of Kosovo, I speak for every man, woman, and child when I say that we are extremely grateful and will forever be so. And while we live in much more stable times now compared to the 90s, thanks to your contribution and that of the Kosovo citizens, we still have very real threats to the safety and security posed by challenging neighbors, a neighbor, and the war in Ukraine. We still know that because of your presence, as well as the Kosovo security institutions, we are not vulnerable to these complex and hybrid threats. No matter the challenges we are facing, throughout all of it, our security institutions alongside KFOR have provided the necessary and tangible comfort for all citizens of Kosovo, regardless of ethnicity, gender, religion, or political affiliation. No matter how difficult the situation, we always had the safety and security safeguards we needed in order to find peaceful opportunities to move Kosovo forward. Kosovo's domestic security sector, its law enforcement, border police, emergency management, civil aviation, as well as the Kosovo Security Force, were all built with more than hope, but rather with great dedication by our people, together with a great commitment by our international partners who use democratic best practices in supporting, advising, and assisting the post-war establishment of our security institutions. As KFOR has reduced its presence, Kosovo increased and solidified its own, taking the lead in keeping our country safe and securing a true partnership and coordination with KFOR. That will continue with honor and pride, and more importantly, in the spirit of partnership. The world is changing, and instability, conflicts, and war are in the European continent again. While the European security architecture is endangered, we all understand that our biggest power lies in our partnership. We have seen that in 1999, and we see that now. With that said, please know that here in Kosovo, the contribution to peace and security you have all made has saved and changed lives. Back in 1999, NATO intervened to stop the ongoing genocide that was being committed against the people of Kosovo. 23 years after, our army is serving alongside the U.S. Army and other partner countries and contributing to peacekeeping missions around the world. Kosovo always stood in the right side of history, and we are showcasing that once again by standing with the people of Ukraine, now that peace, democracy, and the rules-based order are again under attack. Because of the contribution of NATO, today Kosovo is a peaceful and prosperous country. And we seek to do more than just say thank you. We are working every day and in every way that we can, bilaterally as well as multilaterally, to become contributing members to current and future missions and in defense of our collective security and the democratic values that underpin it, ultimately one day as a full NATO member. Major General Kajari, as you and your fellow soldiers return to your home and to your families, we want to thank you for your service and hope for your safety and security, whatever future missions might take you. And to Major General Mistucia, as of today, you start your mission in the most pro-NATO country in the world. You will see and feel this every day while leading the people of Kosovo, the people whose lives NATO helped save. In Kosovo, you will always find a reliable and a trustworthy partner, one that will one day sit alongside other countries as a fully fledged NATO member. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of the Allied Joint Force Command Naples, Admiral Munch, will now address us.
Well, good morning to everyone, and in particular, Madam President Osmani, Prime Minister Kurdi, Your Excellencies, faith leaders, honored guests, fellow flag and general officers, ladies and gentlemen, and the incredible KFOR team. It's an honor to join you here in Pristina. For the leaders of Kosovo, we rely on and enjoy close cooperation with you. And on behalf of the Supreme Allied Commander, I want to say thank you for your crucial role in the work we completed together to relocate NATO-affiliated Afghans and their families and new homes in Europe and North America. Thank you very much. Change of command ceremonies are a time-honored military tradition. They are purposeful, as they are meant to symbolize continuity as well as mutual commitment to a goal larger than ourselves. There are always occasions for reflection and provide an opportunity to take stock in what we gained in working together toward a common purpose. So we are gathered here for the 26th Change of Command of NATO's Kosovo Force, a tangible manifestation of the commitment of the entire alliance to maintain security and stability in the region. In KFOR itself, we have representation from 20 NATO allies and 8 NATO partners. As it was when the North Atlantic Council first authorized Kosovo Force, the mission is guided by United Nations Security Council Resolution 1244, which approved an international security presence to maintain peace in Kosovo and stability in this region. KFOR remains NATO's longest-running operation, but its role is as dynamic as it ever has been. For 23 years, NATO has been an integral part of the wider international community, working to achieve the goals we hold in common with the people of Kosovo and the region. NATO forces continue to work alongside the institutions in Kosovo, the European Union, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, and the United Nations mission in Kosovo. We remain firmly resolved to continue supporting safety, security, and freedom of movement for all communities in Kosovo. I could not be more proud of what this team and its predecessors have achieved. Today, Kosovo clearly is more safe and stable than when NATO's mission began. We should recognize that achievement, which is not inconsiderable, and at the same time remember that it falls to us to safeguard the progress we have inherited. I'd like to highlight KFOR's commander, who in particular this past year has left an indelible impact on this essential mission, Major General Ferenc Kajari, the 26th commander of KFOR. General Kajari is an impressive leader, an experienced soldier, of course, but more than that, also a skilled soldier diplomat. Before taking the helm here in Pristina, he held key leadership positions at the tactical, operational, and strategic levels of the Hungarian armed forces, including a direct contribution to Hungary's accession to NATO in 1999, the same year that the KFOR mission was started. He has brought to bear his broad experience in Bosnia as part of NATO's implementation force, on EU assignment with the African Union in Darfur, and in Afghanistan as part of the International Security Assistance Forces German-led Regional Command North. Well prepared, General Hajari took command here in Kosovo last October with relevant operational experience and a vast understanding of the challenges we face in the region. He immediately set about building on the achievements and relationships of his predecessors, to include rigorous operational rehearsals through the SHIELD and SABRE exercises, to ensure our forces stayed ready for unexpected events, continuing with mitigating the coronavirus impacts, supporting the relocation of the NATO-affiliated Afghans, supporting the Belgrade-Pristina dialogue implementation, and during my first visit to KFOR in July, hosting the visit of the Deputy Secretary General and the North Atlantic Council, which he handled with the calm professionalism and surety that we all come to know of him. In this past year, Major General Harari has proven that he was the right man for the job. He has been an impeccable representative of our alliance, with a bias for action and keen diplomatic skill that is valued by all who know him, including me. Parents, I'm very proud of how you've led your team through this period and of what you have achieved during your time in command. Your clear vision enabled KFOR to press forward with the larger mission and truly embody the motto, duty, reliability, and commitment. Congratulations to you and Veronica, who you all recognized with the flowers, and to your entire family on a very successful tour, and best wishes to both of you and all that follows. And for Veronica, for a period of time, which might be only short, but for a period of time, Ferenc is now available to rake the leaves, repair the automobiles, paint the walls, and whatever else you might want. And I would like to welcome Major General Angelo Restucci, highly accomplished soldier and artillery officer, to be KFOR's 27th commander. His nation, Italy, is a founding member of the Alliance, and Italian generals have commanded KFOR with distinction since 2013, demonstrating their nation's commitment as a supporter of peace and security in the region. General Restucci brings to this position relevant and broad experience, drawing from operational assignments from Lebanon to Iraq, and key tactical leadership positions marked by readiness and preparedness, not least of which was the commander of the much-storied Ariete Armored Brigade, and more recently as Chief of Staff of NATO's Rapid Deployable Corps in Italy, both of which have played their full role in NATO readiness. General Restucci's background has characterized the way in which he has gone about preparing himself for this command, consulting widely and wisely. I was delighted to meet him earlier this year, and I was taken by his enthusiasm and his approach. I'm sure we're all looking forward to seeing how you address your mission's motto, shaping the present for a better future. Angelo, welcome to the team. I know you will build on Farron's great accomplishments as NATO and KFOR continue to support peace and stability in Kosovo. It goes without saying, but I will say it. Ours is a vital mission. It is so important that we have the right team in place to be part of the solution in the shared pursuit of a better future here. We all look forward to everything you will accomplish in your command of this indispensable element of NATO's enduring contribution to stability in the Western Balkans. So thank you for accepting the responsibility, Angelo. Thank you, Ferenc and Veronica, for your commitment this past year. Thank you to the KFOR forces for your contribution to peace and stability. And thank you everyone here for attending today's ceremony. Thank you all.
The third recognition to be presented is the Italian Commemorative Cross for Peacekeeping Operations. This medal is a recognition of those who participate in international peacekeeping missions. It is going to be presented by Honourable Lorenzo Guerini, Minister of Defence of Italy. The fourth recognition to be presented is the Medal for International Cooperation, Grade 1, in recognition of the contribution to the development and reputation of the Ministry of Defence and the Slovenian Armed Forces. It is going to be presented by the Slovenian Ambassador, Her Excellency Mitsa Benedetić. The fifth recognition to be presented is the Commemorative Award for Outstanding Service in recognition of Major General Ferenc Koyari's dedicated service in Kosovo. The award recognises the outstanding service and performance in the international peacekeeping mission. It is going to be presented by the Chief of Staff of the Hungarian Defence Forces, Major General Tibor Kozo.
Faculty to the Lieutenant General Lucien Sandy Rombus. Congratulations for your excellent achievement.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. The change of command ceremony is a time-honoured military tradition. This solemn and ritual, replete with symbolism, is designated to strengthen the respect for authority which is vital to any military organisation. It allows subordinates to witness the formality of command change from one commanding officer to another while preserving the continuity of command and authority. The transfer of authority moment is symbolically represented in today's ceremony by the NATO flag being passed from Major General Ferenc Koyari, outgoing commander of the Kosovo Force, to Admiral Munch, Allied Joint Force Commander Naples, and on to Major General Angelo Michele Restuccia, incoming commander of the Kosovo Force. The mission motto of KFOR-26, Duty, Reliability, Commitment, will be replaced by the KFOR-27's motto, Shaping the Present for a Better Future. Under the tenure of Major General Koyari, KFOR not only maintained its unity of purpose, but also built upon the cooperation with the institutions here in Kosovo. For the incoming commander, Major General Restuccia, his objective is to maintain the stability achieved and to ensure an enduring, safe and secure environment for the future. Partnered with the entire population of Kosovo, KFOR will continue to pursue enduring stability so that all, regardless of ethnicity or opinion, may lead a flourishing life in a peaceful land. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the actual transfer of authority. For this, the parade commander will call the NATO flag and colours on post. May I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to please rise for this honourable ceremony.
Parade, stand, shoot! On guard, stand, front! Colours, take post!
Command Sergeant Major of KFOR-26, Ferenc Tank, will hand over the flag of the North Atlantic Treaty Organisation for the final time to the Commander of KFOR-26, Major General Koyari. Major General Koyari will hand over the flag to Admiral Munch, thereby relinquishing his command of the Kosovo force. Admiral Munch hands it over to the incoming commander of KFOR-27, Major General Ristucha, to symbolise his assumption of command of the Kosovo force. Major General Ristucha will now hand over the North Atlantic Treaty Organisation flag to the Command Sergeant Major of KFOR-27, Command Sergeant Major Marcello Carlo Bagliata.
Order, hands!
Symbolising the end of Major General Koyari's command of KFOR, a Greek member of the Hellenic Guard and Flag Party will roll up the flag of KFOR-26. The flag of KFOR-27 will be unfurled by a member of the Hellenic Guard and Flag Party, signifying the beginning of Major General Ristucha's role as commander of KFOR.
On guard, stand, front! Colours, take post!
Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of KFOR, Major General Astucha, will now address you.
Political, military, diplomatic, religious authorities, distinguished guests, good morning, and thank you for your presence, which testifies the importance of the international community attaches to the NATO-led KFOR mission. I'm used to saying that those who assume responsibilities for such an important position as KFOR have very few things to say because they have a huge of action to execute to carry out their duties. For this reason, my speech will be very short. First of all, I would like to address my deepest thoughts to the following. Not only to our KFOR beloved fallen, but to all of those who have lost their lives in the conflicts that have marred this region, to the wounded, to the innocent victims whose families have been shattered by the pain of an existence whose future deserves hope. Their sacrifice deserves our resolute commitment to ensure peace, security, and stability. I would also like to thank all KFOR troops, and of course, the contributing countries. KFOR is a success story, and this success is the result of the commitment of all those who politically and on the ground have contributed to stability, security, and freedom of movement for the benefit of all communities living in Kosovo, and who have supported the development of a constructive dialogue between the parties. They are precious, valuable, and non-negotiable assets. This commitment must not be forgotten in order to build a better future. That is why I feel honored and proud to be part of this team, and I pledge my full commitment to fulfill my tasks and duties as set out in the UN mandate of the KFOR mission. I thank all my predecessors, and in particular, Major General Kajari for his tremendous job. Congratulations, man. I pledge to cherish the legacy and capitalize on their achievements in pursuit of the goals our authorities have set. I thank the Italian, represented today by our Minister of Defense, our short authorities, and the multinational political and military authorities who have entrusted me with this assignment. I assure them that I am aware of the enormous responsibilities and challenges to be faced. I'm confident of their support, as well as by the support of the international community and the troop contributing countries. But I assure them that we will turn these challenges into opportunities with transparency, impartiality, fairness, consistency with the mandate, in synergy with the EU office in Kosovo and USR for Kosovo, ULEX, UMIC, OSCE, and in close consultation with the Kosovo security organizations, the Serbian Chief of Defense, and other actors in the region. Finally, I thank our families, those of all KFOR members. They have consciously deprived themselves of our affection because they know that we are part of a commitment whose value is inestimable. Thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the NATO Anthem will now be played. You are invited to stand. Ladies and gentlemen, the NATO and KFOR colours will now leave the parade ground. Please remain standing.
Attention! Honor guard, present, arms. Colours of parade.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Commander of KFOR will now report the end of the ceremony to the Commander of the Allied Joint Force Command, Naples. You are invited to remain standing until the official party has left the parade.
Parade, attention! On guard, present, arms. Sir, please march together in the ceremony. Request permission to leave. Dismiss. On guard, order, arms. Parade, ready.
Colleague.
state